Greetings, this is Ben from the Hardkore Punk Projekt on CFBX 92.5 FM. I have a treat for you all today. I have Justin Ben Lolo from Broken Love on the phone. Welcome, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, I'll get to these questions.
All right, cool.
You okay with a kid interviewing you?
Yeah, it's all right. I figured, I was like, I don't know how old this guy is, but I can hear it in your voice. It's all good.
Okay. Are you on tour now, and who have you toured with so far?
We are not on tour right now. I'm in like a little 2-week layover period. We just got off the road with a band called Through Fire. It was them, a band called Saul, and Dead Posey. That was out with us. Before that, we did a tour with Pop Evil and Royal Tusk, who we're going out with again. We toured Dinosaur Pileup. We've toured with Cleopatra and another British band called D-Mob Happy we've been on a tour with. That's about it, actually. I mean, our touring history only stretches back about 6-7 months. I mean, we're a pretty brand new band, so we've been touring since last March, and this next tour coming up will be the first tour of 2020.
All right. Any new songs in the works?
Right now, we're cooking up some ideas. There's not a ton circulating. We're sort of just focusing on getting this record out and servicing it as best as we can. So, yeah, there's ideas that are being formed, but the priority right now for me isn't sitting down and just cranking out new tunes. I'm sort of the person that likes to wait till the last minute before I actually, need to come up with anything. When the label calls and goes, hey, we need another record, then I'll probably start, pumping out more songs. But till then, I don't know what I'm going to be doing except just playing this album.
I get it.
Yeah.
Is it true you were 11 to 12 years old when you started playing guitar?
Yes, I was about 11 years old, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, I think so.
Who is your famous uncle that played guitar?
He was a sort of a native of the Toronto rock scene in the 90s. He was playing he had his own sort of like grunge band, and they worked the circuit and it played for, they opened for like Our Lady Peace and Tragically Hip, just to name a few. And he actually ended up playing guitar with DJs later down the line, like big dudes like Paul Oakenfold and Tiesto. He would play down in Mexico with these big DJs, and they would essentially put on their set, and he would jam along with the guitar, which was pretty cool because nobody was playing live rock guitar to DJs at the time. And it was a cool little mix because he was able to bring that take that modern, house music thing and mix it in with some classic rock guitar. And he's the reason I play guitar and listen to rock music.
All right. Now, this is a question for the viewers.
Sure.
What brand of guitar is your tattoo?
Oh, it's a Gibson. It's a Gibson Les Paul.
Is that your preferred guitar to play?
It's hard to say because I have a lot of Gibsons. My number one guitar, I think, is my Gibson 339. And then sitting right in front of me right now, I got my Gibson Les Paul Standard Gold Top. And that's probably my second favorite. So I'd say my 339 is number one, my Les Paul's 2, and then my Telecaster's 3.
My favorite guitar is the Stratocaster. That's the first one I ever got.
Damn. I'm actually in the process of possibly buying one right now. I really want a Strat.
They're really good to play.
They sound fantastic. They feel great. I just, when I first started playing guitar, the reason I didn't get one is everybody had those Squier Strats in middle school. And it kind of turned me off because the Squiers aren't so good. So when I picked up everybody else's guitars, when I go over to their house, I'd be like, man, this thing's a piece of crap. Like, what is this? So I always had this thing in my head that said, wow, Stratocasters are bad guitars. Until, obviously, a couple years later, I pick up a real American Strat, and I'm like, okay, I obviously was wrong.
All right. Now, Kiss was one of your influences, correct?
Correct, yes.
Which was your favorite song?
Oh, man, that's a hard one. I would say, like, right now, my favorite song is probably 100,000 Years off the first record. And that's probably because Ace Frehley's guitar solo just, like, blows me over every single time I hit that. It's amazing.
Okay. Now, Meshuggah, I understand you like this band?
I do like this band, yes.
Which is your favorite song off from Meshuggah?
Well, this is sort of typical. I really like Bleed, and I really like Deniers. It's hard to pronounce their song names because it's like, I think they're Swedish or something.
Yeah, they are.
But I really like Bleed, which is like pretty typical. The Spiteful Snake is good. The whole like Obscene record is probably my favorite album by them. It's just really groovy and really heavy, but like super fat and just, you know, it gets the poison out when I'm angry. So it's great. I love those guys.
My favorite song is Future Breed Machine.
Oh, see, that's classic. I love that tune also. The intro always kills me.
I understand you like listening to Frank Sinatra.
Sometimes, yes.
Do the lyrics to That's Life by him any chance influence the lyrics to Shot Down?
No, not. I wouldn't say so. I mean, if there's any comparisons, it wasn't done on purpose. But he does have a great voice, and I like some of his tunes. He's one of those guys I'll like throw on when I'm in a particularly classy kind of mood, and just to feel that sort of throwback, you know, kind of vibe. Throw on a suit, listen to some Sinatra. You never feel more manly in your life, you know?
I get it.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you Google Shot Down and Frank Sinatra, it takes you to That's Life.
Does it really? That's true?
Apparently the lyrics Shot Down in May.
Wow, I didn't know that. I actually got to check that out. I didn't know that.
Now, this is a conflict I've been having for a long time.
Sure.
Is Shot Down played in drop C or drop D?
Haha, it's a good question, actually. So, it was recorded in C standard, but we play it in D standard, drop to C. All of our guitars are tuned to D standard live, and instead of just, you know, ruining like a regular guitar by putting it in C standard, we just put them all a full step down and drop the C down as if it was like drop D. But the record also, we played baritone guitars. So I have a baritone guitar that I play live. It's actually tuned down. That's actually in C standard, and then I tune it down to E flat sometimes on the low string.
Okay, that's something that I've been wondering how to play it for a long time.
Yeah, it's in C standard or D standard, drop C.
All right. Have you listened to anything from this band called Archenemy?
No. I don't think I've heard of them.
They're a female-fronted death metal band.
Oh, damn. That sounds awesome.
I was surprised when I first heard their music because, like, it's not often you hear a female death metal singer.
Right. Isn't there one? There's this one band that has a girl singer that screams like a maniac. Somebody showed me them like 2 weekends ago. I don't know what they're called. She's like some blonde girl. She wears makeup. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I get it.
Yeah, I don't remember what the band was called, but somebody showed me them like 2 weeks ago, and apparently there's some big band. She's like a ridiculous screamer. Actually, I have a friend in a band called The World Over. And I don't know if you've heard of that band, but Tiade is an amazing singer. She could scream her head off. I actually tried to get her to teach me when I was living in L.A. A couple of years ago, and she couldn't explain how she did it.
You gotta practice.
You definitely have to practice. It's just a very particular type of singing. You know, it's not really like you don't literally scream as far as I know. There's like a specific way to access that part of your voice that I just don't know how to do.
All right. You said you liked the big, beefy riffs.
Yes.
Which ones and by who?
Oh, my God. The big, beefy riffs. Let's say, okay. I mean, everything Tony Iommi plays is pretty magical. I would say one of my favorite riffs ever is Into the Void, Black Sabbath, obviously off of Master of Reality. That's got to be one of the heaviest riffs ever, and partially the reason why I started tuning my guitars down. I really like the riff to this Soundgarden song called Black Rain, which is sort of like a deep cut. It's not really one of the more well-known ones, but another one of my favorite riffs is Heartbreaker by Zeppelin, obviously. It's an iconic riff, classic. It's one of the first things I generally play on all guitars when I first pick them up just to, like, test the guitar. And let me pick, like, one more really beefy, fat riff. I like the slow, sludgy stuff. So let's say a negative song, and there's a break halfway through where it goes halftime, and it's just disgusting.
I might have to listen to that sometime.
It's wicked. Typo Negative is a great band.
And I also might have to censor that.
Yeah, I wonder if you might have to. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Now,
it's a song. Listen, that's not what I'm saying. It's a song. Yeah.
Now, back in the day when rock was young, the Beatles, the Day Tripper riff, have you listened to it and your thoughts?
Of course. I love that song. I mean, it's pretty heavy when you go back to it, you know? It's also one of those riffs where you think you know how to play it, and every time you go back and try it, you're like, oh man, I've been playing around my whole life. It's a little trickier than you think. Same goes with like Helter Skelter. You know, that chorus is kind of tricky to nail, and particularly heavy, you know, for the time.
I get it.
Yeah.
Before you formed Broken Love, did you ever think about being a one-man band?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I was thinking about doing it, you know, because I could play the drums and I play bass and I do all that stuff too, but I'm not amazing at those things. You know, I felt that when it would come down to like a recording process or just creatively, I mean, I don't have the musical depth that an actual drummer has or an actual bass player has. I mean, I play bass like a guitar player, and I play drums pretty lackluster. Like, I'm not very technical when it comes to the drums. I just play like big grooves and sort of like Dave Grohl-y kind of stuff. But I felt like it would only hold me back in the long run. And if I ever actually did the whole one-man band thing, I feel like it would just be stroking my own ego. And I sort of decided it's not the smartest move if I want to make the most, you know, the best music I could possibly make. I think I would be holding myself just to say that I did it all, you know?
Yeah. If you were to collaborate and sing with a female artist, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. With a female artist. You know what? I'm not going to say a rock artist. I think it'd be really cool to collaborate with Alicia Keys. Not going to lie. You know, when Jack White did that thing with Alicia Keys, I heard that and I was like, oh man, she's pretty rock and roll. Or Pink. Pink would be really cool also, because she's also rock. To me, she's a rock star. So I think one of those two would be pretty cool. And I think we come up with something cool.
All right. Tarja Turunen from Nightwish would be one of my choices.
Nightwish, wow. That's deep. Pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't really know any female, like, rock people when I think about it. I mean, I think of Joan Jett, you know? Or, like, if Janis Joplin was still alive, like, she'd be my number one. I mean, unless we could play that game. Could we do Dead or Alive? Because then I would take that all back and say Janis Joplin.
All right.
Yeah.
I always ask this question as my final question.
Sure.
Will you accept a challenge from me?
Oh, what's the challenge?
Will you do a music video while skiing or skidooing and include saying a Canadian's favorite phrase, A, in the song?
Maybe down the line. Maybe one day.
Well, actually, I have one more question.
Sure.
Will you perform at my 16th birthday?
When is that?
3 years from now.
Where are you?
I'm in Kamloops.
Tell your mother to call me, and then we could talk.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
Wait, so you said 3 years from now, so you're 13?
Yes.
Not bad, man. Dude, that's asking some pretty good questions. What are you on the radio? Like, what is it? Like, how'd you get this? Are you, like, a DJ, too?
Not exactly. See, my school suggested that I go into radio because I have a radio voice.
Yeah.
I started co-hosting on 98.3 every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But then CFBX picked me up.
That's crazy. How did they find you? Like, how did you end up in this position?
I was
very surprised, I'm not going to lie, to pick up the phone and hear your voice. I was like, what? What is going on?
I think my dad, in May this year, he sent an email to the station manager and asked if I could have a show there.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it since May.
Wow. Hey, good for you. That's amazing. Hey, you did a great job. I'm like, you know, it's like this is like a regular interview. Some really good questions, actually.
Any more questions for me in particular?
Are you going to be able to come to our show when we go down there? I don't know if it's all ages.
Is it in Alberta?
It's in Kamloops. We're playing right there.
Oh, where is it? Where is it at?
Very good question. Actually, I got to check my website, but I could check that for you. Give me 1 second. Kamloops Blue Grotto.
Well, it looks like we're running out of time here.
Yep.
So I would like to say thank you, Justin, for taking the time to hang with me and answer a few questions.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Keep on rocking.
Yeah, man. You too.
All right. You have a good day.
You too.